So obviously lots of our students are going to be making small asks, so they're not going to ask for the million or two, most of them, although some of them are doing corporate asks too. So given that context and given kind of your humble beginnings, working for student council, what are your top tips for doing fundraising, and particularly at the moment in a more digital climate?
Well, the first top tip, which is everyone says, is, ask and have people to ask. I mean, it sounds really daft, but if you don't have people to ask, you ain't going to raise any money. And if you don't ask, you're not going to raise any money. And one of the biggest, it's very easy to sit in your office or avoid asking people for money. And unfortunately, if you do that, you won't raise anything. So that's really kind of obvious 101, observation. And then the next thing I think is, how you ask, and doing that in a way that is, is structured and is respectful and is thought through and isn't just random. We do quite a lot of training and we do quite a lot of workshops around this, and there's lots of books out there about how to make the ask. And, these are important factors in trying to make success. The ask amount is also critical. I mean, I had one client that was considering a gift ask amount, and we suggested 10 times as much. And that led, I think, to 25 million or 30 million US gift, and fortunately they got it right, and the person gave it. And I always remember that, reflect on that, and they could have walked away with 2 or 3 million, and they walked away with 20, 30 million. So, the amount is also critical. And I always think in Asia, you can't ask for too much. If you ask for too much, people are flattered. Sounds bizarre. They really are. And that's kind of nice, because you think I'm wealthy enough to give you that? That's really nice. Whereas in Europe, it's a bit more tricky. People can be offended. So, ask amounts is, in America, it's about how much they've given before, and it's a building thing. So you have to kind of start at a certain thing, then you show your credentials, and then you ask twice as much every 3 years or whatever the stats tell you. So there's different kind of ways of working out what the ask amount is and what it should be. But certainly, getting the ask amount right, asking for money in the first place, and not fearing. And not doing it too early as well. Making sure there's a relationship before you do that is really critical. I think people that run in and try and do things too quickly when people don't understand what it is, that's also a disaster. So that's quite an art, is to know, what time is it? And normally, and this is the final thought for the day, is that often the money's going to come from right under your nose. I remember one of the universities I worked at, which was an ancient university up in Scotland, and there was a particular alumni that would come in and make bakery all the time, and the vice chancellor was very fond of the person, but it did take quite a lot of time, everyone's time, because every time they arrived they would be at the reception and there'd be lots of chat, and they'd come and lay out the bakery and everything, and the staff would come down, and everyone was very pleased to have these lovely butteries, I think. And lo and behold, that individual gave a several £100,000 gift to that institution. So, it just shows it might be right under your nose and you don't even know it.
Yeah, that's really, really fantastic. Thank you so much. I know you're very, very busy, so I don't want to take too much more of your time. I just want to quickly say thank you and appreciate you sharing this knowledge and experience with our students, which we hope will inspire bigger and better gifts for Save the Children. So thank you so much for your time today.
Not at all. Thank you for asking me to talk, and good luck with your students' work. It's, it's very important work they're doing. So I hope this helps them think about things slightly differently, hopefully, for the future as they learn and hear more about this subject.
Thank you so much.